Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have a Patreon request, Juzo from No Guns Life. So yeah, this is pretty tricky drawn, I will say. So he's got like an extended hand, there's like 2 guns. So like, you know, take your time if you're trying to follow along with this. Hit pause a lot, definitely use a pencil and eraser. Yeah, this is pretty advanced, so not easy. So his head's real small up the top. I'm on a landscape page for this one, and his head is like up the top in here, and then he's got a big long extended arm that comes all the way down to the bottom of my page, like all the way down to like here. So like the bottom of his finger is like down here, and like top of his head is up like right up the top. Okay, so goes the whole length of the page, right? So our head is up here, and we're going to start with his jaw, okay? And there's no easy way to start this. Like usually I'd start with something in the middle, but he's kind of turned to the side and then the arm comes out. So we're just going to start with the jaw. It's the thing that sticks out to me the most, right? So we're up here near the top, and we go diagonal line, and then the corner of his jaw like that, and then it goes along the bottom of that jaw area there. It's kind of like a hook sort of thing. And then there's like a bolt at the top of it, just here. Like that, okay? So the other side of this jaw kind of comes down here. Like so. And then it comes in towards teeth, that way. And this has an extra sort of ridge line to it. Comes across like that, and then down here. And if you want, you can add a shadow along this here. Lots of shadows in this. I'll add some of them. I won't add all of them because it would take a long time. So like that kind of thing. So his head is pointed down this way. So his head is a gun, so it's pointed down, right? So his chin then comes up this way, and then sticks back in to there. And then we have these big teeth that he has, okay, that like come across his mouth. So we got like a sort of a zigzag kind of thing going on, right? Like this. And then the bottoms come down, so we go down like so. This kind of shape. These are his teeth. Kind of shaped a bit like diamonds there. And then we have some teeth on the top. We go up. So, like we'd say this was his top lip kind of thing. And then that comes along the top there. Okay. And then some more teeth. Kind of shape. Sometimes there's double lines, like 2 lines going along like this, maybe to give it some depth or an edge or something, or maybe it's just the way the artist draws. So that's his bottom jaw, right? And then the top of his head is like right up here, so it's like goes diagonal this way, okay? So follows that same direction, see there? Bit of a gap, about the same gap. So like here to here is about the same as here to here, right? So this is the middle of his head. And because his head is a gun, so we have a sight that kind of sticks up here at the front. And this comes down like so, and then we have some detail lines coming across. And I think the barrel of the gun kind of sticks out here. Like that. And then we go down a bit further, and then it'll go in. Down maybe to there. Then we'll bring it in here. And then it'll go diagonal down towards his head there like that. Like so, and then we got some extra detail lines coming across here, and then going down like so, into there, make a shadow under here. And then curved line coming around the barrel of the gun there, then down. So, some lines coming diagonal this way, maybe shadow, thicker lines there. This, some dots, scratches and things. Okay, so like I guess what looks like his eye is like this rectangular sort of area, right? So it's kind of like here, so like curves around there. It's like the back of it, and then it'll like come down towards the front, just here, and then the bottom go down like so as well. Just there, and then back up into there. And then there's like a dark shadow inside here. Just at the end, and then coming down here. So that's like kind of hints at his eye, right? Like as if he has an eye, but because he's a gun, but you know, that's supposed to be, I think, his eye. And there's some lines just at the bottom here and coming up this way. Like some shadow lines and stuff, some extra sort of detail lines coming around the barrel of the gun. Like that kind of thing, okay? And then some like lines there. Like so, and then at the back we have that cylinder, that sort of shape that's supposed to like hold the bullets, you know? And it has some details on the bottom there. Another thing here. Not sure what they are. And then there's like another line on top there. So he's got a cigarette in his mouth as well. It's kind of all bent up. So it's like, yeah, zigzagged sort of, like that kind of thing. And then there's smoke coming out of it. Out from behind his head. So, right, so that's the main part of his head, right? So then he's got the handle. The handle is at the back of his head that sticks off, right, from the gun, okay? So, let's see. So we've got a bit of a rectangle sticking up here, like a box, right? Like so. And then another top to that, top of that gun, and a shadow like coming down here. Another curved line at the back of the gun, just there. And then, so at the bottom of this square, the bottom left-hand corner, we've got a curved line that goes out to the butt of the gun, right? So to the handle part of it. So it's going to go somewhere like this way. Curved line like that. And then the handle comes down, curves down like so. And then this will go down there. And then the bit where the fingers go that hold the gun, but of course he does. It's like a giant sort of. And then the trigger curves around there, and it joins his big long sort of neck just here. So then a few more details just inside here. So we got like another line there, the top of the handle, like so. And then trigger inside here, sticks down like a little sort of spike just in there. And then some other lines coming around that trigger just there, and then we have a bolt just in there. And then the top of that trigger, like just at the top, at the back of the gun, just up here, goes down like so. And I think this handle is actually black, so I'll color this in dark black and I'm leaving a little bit of a white edge just here, and some little white bits, some kind of highlights just on the edges, and the rest in here is pretty much dark black apart from some white spots. Right, and then I think there's like a line joining the back of that gun to the front of his face, kind of just like a zigzag sort of line like this, like coming up like that. And there's maybe an edge line to this sort of box here. Some more sort of detail lines coming along the gun a little bit, coming along his jaw. Like that. Right, so then the front of his neck, just here. Okay. So pretty complicated. Pause it. Try and get as much of that detail as you can. It's not easy. It's even more detailed than the picture I'm drawing from, but I'm trying to simplify it a little bit. So underneath his chin then we have a shadow. then like a neck muscle going that way. And then another neck muscle line, just kind of done with hatching really, coming down that way. So coming up the back, some dots and things coming up the back there like that. So he's got a big muscly arm that comes down to a massive hand with another gun inside, right? So the shoulder line is the first thing we need to draw. So we need to draw a big circle like here. Okay, so that's his shoulder. It's got like some ripped clothing or something sticking off here. Okay. So shoulder, and then we've got like a bicep. Big round kind of bicep just. Here. Right, so then the back of his tricep just on that side. Yeah, like tricep line there. And then like some forearm. So the lines in here. Another one. Like so. Okay, so big arm. He's got a hand resting on his forearm here, right? And that joins up to his shoulder on the other side. But we'll just get we'll get his back in, just so we know how big we need to go. So like this is his back coming down this way, right? So his back curves all the way down past that arm. And then we have some t-shirt sort of fold lines down here. And down here we meet a belt, right? Comes across, sticks out a little bit along the back. And then his pants come down, we meet another belt. Like that way, okay? So this belt kind of comes across. That'll come across to the front of his body, right? So the front of his body would be about here. So it's like there. And we've got a buckle. I'm just like drawing this in rough, sort of quickly, just so we can get an idea of scale. And they're kind of drawn pretty rough in the picture I'm drawing from anyway. It kind of suits the style. And it's got these dots and stuff on them. So, you know, you don't need to worry too much about how much detail you put into that. I know some people will worry about that anyway, but don't. I'm just saying, relax, it's okay. And then some of that belt sticks out here. And then it'll go down and back to here. And then the front of his trousers or pants comes out that way with some fold lines going down. And then the top of that belt here meets another buckle sort of area. Okay, something like this. And there's like fold lines and things down here as well. Some more lines along this belt as well. like so. Now I know I'm moving kind of fast, but it's because the hand, this whole thing is super complicated, so I just want to have enough time to get into that, right? So that's the basic shape for his body down there, right? So then that big hand is all in here, right? So bear with me now while I figure this out. So okay, so we'll start with the knuckles. Just back up here, just at his bicep, right? So we're going to do knuckles. So we're going to go up, down, 1, up, down, 2, right? So like V's sort of coming down, like so. He's got like these robot type knuckles, right? And then up, down, there. And then this is like the back of his finger, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, right? And they're all resting on a big hand. So, right. So these knuckles are like protected or something. They're like part of his robot kind of android body or metallic body, whatever you call it. Like that, right? This kind of thing. Okay. And then the last one, kind of here. Now, and each of these is a finger, and there's bullets sticking out of this finger. So I'm going to skip the top finger, right? And I'm going to do the middle finger first, right? So it's going to go down like so, bump out, down again, and then come out around the top of his finger here, into there. Okay, and then the next finger will start up here, so we'll go down again, up and down. So these are knuckles, these bumps. So you're curving up to that knuckle, down again, okay? So hands are tricky, so take your time. And then this finger curves around, it's back into there, okay? So he seems to have like joints on his fingers, right, that are pretty difficult. So it's like they're connected, like kind of like they're, I don't know, he's built or something. So knuckle lines there on top, and like fingernail there. And fingernails, yeah, so like some lines like so. And then the little finger line will come down to there, and then curves around and goes back up into here. And again, he has those lines on his knuckles, like that kind of thing. And then a fingernail down here. Knuckle lines here. Fingernail. This. So I've done those 3 fingers first because up here we've got like bullets, right, sticking out. So he's holding 2 bullets. So we go diagonal, So it looks like he's going to use this hand to load the other hand. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Like so, and then another one sticking down here. Like that, so two of them. And then this finger is like holding them inside, right? So that's why I skipped this knuckle first. So this knuckle kind of sticks out and goes down, like so. And then you can just see a little bit of the finger just down behind, like so. Fingernail kind of thing, just in there. And then maybe the inside of the finger, just there. And then some knuckle lines. Maybe a shadow just inside there. Okay, so he's got like a black t-shirt on that comes down, curves around his muscles here. So just there around. And then we've got some more sort of forearm muscle lines coming around like so. This kind of thing. Maybe something coming up there. More muscle sort of lines coming back. Down his back. There's all like dark shadow and stuff on that, but I'll leave it and we'll just press on with the rest of the detail. So it's a lot of shadow. Right, so rest of the bottom of this hand here, so like the palm of his hand curves around here. We've got a line coming down that way, bit of a shadow underneath here. Some lines like so. And then this arm curves around and goes back up into the shoulder, up into here, right? So we've got like a forearm line. And then a black t-shirt comes down here, like this side. And then it's resting on the wrist of his other hand, right? So a very particular type of shape here, right? And then the forearm comes out here, bumps around, down to his elbow, down there, and then the arm again. This line keeps coming further. Like so. And then we've two bumps for his bicep and his shoulder muscle. Just there. On the other side of his body. And it's made like a dark t-shirt sort of area here. Like so. Okay. So now the hard part. He's like, what? That wasn't hard? That wasn't the hard part? Yeah. So that big hand. Okay. Real big. Foreshortened. Like it's perspective. It's pushed right up to the lens of the camera that like pretends taking the picture or whatever. So it's closest to us. So it's really big, right? So this line is his wrist. Okay? And then his wrist joins his hand. So your wrist joins your hand, right? And then it comes down. That's kind of a bumpy line because it's, you know, anatomy and stuff. So, and thumb, knuckle, bumps out again for another thumb, knuckle. So you have two knuckles in your thumb, two joints. So you have this one and that one. Okay, that's the first one. And the second one is here. Okay. So then, bit of a thumbnail sticking off here, and then the thumb. So the thumb then joins the side of his fingers, right? So we have this finger coming down here, like so. And again, I do like to do the knuckles first because it gets everything in the right place for me. So he has these things on these knuckles as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them, right? These sort of boxes. Okay. So if you get those 4, these 2 are smallest, these 2 are biggest. Okay. And a finger comes out of each one of them, right? So, like so, see? See that? 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So this is the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. Okay? So we'll just go down and we're bumping around for knuckles. That's always important to remember. You want to do a couple of bumps, 2 on each finger, and then go around the bottom, right? So I'll do that again. So 1, 2, 3. And they can be subtle. They don't have to be like real pointy or anything. You know what I mean? And this one goes down to here. And like so. And then this one goes right in behind. You can barely see. Okay, like so. So there's 4 fingers, and then we've got some knuckle lines coming across here, and again, kind of like those robot style jointed knuckles as well. Fingernails, and he's got some like lines on them, just some extra details that make them look a little bit more fingernailish. These vertical lines on them. Like that, and there is some like hatching coming down here as well. Okay, so so the side of this hand comes up a bit further, up to here. And then there's a big like part of the gun hanging out here that like clips back into his hand, I think. It's where he's going to load those bullets into. It's that spinning thing on revolvers. Right, so let's see. So I'll finish these knuckles and then I'll probably deal with that thing. So, right, so let's see. Up, across, down. And then we give it like a side line there. And then edge lines, trying to make them look a little bit 3D, okay? So it's difficult when you're doing sort of android-like robotic shapes because there's a lot of like straight lines and stuff like that, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Like this. He does like little things like dots and things coming down every now and then, coming across his knuckles. I think there's like a shadow just in here. I do like the way this artist draws. The guy who draws this manga. It's kind of loose, but like really detailed at the same time. So just like some skin lines or thumb lines or something cracks. I'm not sure. I see. I'm not familiar with this character, so seems to be loads of lines running up his skin. Okay, so there's a whole big like apparatus inside here. So I'll do the revolver thing first, right? So, or do I have to build this up first? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Somebody help me. Okay, yeah. So we need to add more knuckle lines first, right? So there's shadows behind. Like this. Coming across the top of each one. So dark shadow inside here. Okay. And then they have an extra bump and a ridge going across behind each knuckle. So up like so. And then down like this kind of thing. That. Then we go across, diagonal, across, and then down. So they're like a box on top of each knuckle. And then down, up and down, and then a line there. So then this, so 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one is like bigger and it has like a crosshairs or something inside of it, right? So, okay. So it's like, it's a big square here. So I know I'm not describing things that well because it's very hard to describe. So you're just drawing like angles and boxes and stuff. And then there's like a crosshairs inside here. Or something. Looks like a crosshairs. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. We go in, around. Back up around there. And then there's like some dark sections inside. Further lines and circles inside, like that, I think, something like that. And then there's a shadow, bit of a shadow going around it. Okay. A box in here or something. And then, so this has a box coming out the back of it as well. Like that. Then a diagonal line coming down, joining down here. Down to there. Something else going that way. So this kind of looks like it's raised up on top of his knuckle, do you know? And then the revolver kind of clicks into it. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Anyway, you don't care, you just want to know how to draw. There. Like that. Okay, so then this goes diagonal down to there. And then we have this revolver area. So a line like so, curved line, down, curved line, there. And then we're going to go diagonal up. It's kind of a cool design character, I must say. A bump here as well. So bump, diagonal, bump around, and then this comes down, back to there, and then there's like shadow inside. Like that. And then the other side of it, similar. Like so. Like that. Okay, so diagonal here. And then we're going to bring this barrel all the way up to his wrist. Up to there. Okay, and then this is going to curve around. Like that. And then it goes back down. Like so. So it's like a little barrel. And then we'll bring it diagonal, up, across, down, back into there. So then this has like cylinders and stuff inside it as well, kind of like this thing on top of his head, okay? So, no easy way to do this. So we just go there. So this is going to be the cog at the bottom, and then down, up, like so, around, to there, down to there, down like so, and then diagonal in. And then we have some circles down in here, some ellipses. There, another one here. These are obviously where the bullets will come out when he fires them, and like a little circle inside each one as well, just to give it a sort of a 3D look, like so. And then, right, so coming up from each one of those we have some lines, right? So we got like a line going up that way, a line going up that way, a line going up that way. From each corner, see? Like so. So this middle one is like the biggest, so it curves around. It's like his eye up here. It's got a shadow on it too. That, and there's like some lines here, and there's a shadow on the end of this, some lines going up there, and then some like things like this thing. I'm not sure what they are, just some holes, obviously important, or they wouldn't be there, so we'll draw them in. And then another shadow here. Some lines coming down the barrel of the gun, like so. And I'm going to color this bottom black just to give it a shadow. And because my ink is running a little bit, some of those circles are disappearing, so I'm probably going to have to put them back in with some white paint or something white just here. I'm just going to put those back in. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. So this apparatus clicks into a gap in here, right? So let's go. Let's just do it. So we have the line diagonal there. And then there's another circle here. And this has like some more circles inside. So let's go like another circle there, another circle here, dot in the middle. And that's like another sort of aiming kind of thing, maybe. Maybe clicks into there somehow. And then these have like boxes and rectangles coming on them here. And this runs up towards the top of his hand, like so. And this has like something coming across like that. I'm not sure what that is really. And then there's like a hole inside here. So this, curve it around. Like so. And then there's like a circle in the middle, question. Like here. And then a circle going around that one. Like so. And then another going around that one. Like so. And then another. Okay, so this has a dark shadow inside. And then there's like some hatching and shading around it. That, and then this is dark as well. With some white bits showing through. It's not like completely colored in black. That. And then dark line going that way. And this is a shadow too. Like so. And this seems to have some clips or something inside here. Like that. And doop. Some lines here, some lines going up his wrist. Yeah, like a wrist joint, kind of similar to what was on his thumb. Kind of thing, like this. Some hatching coming down there, hatching going up his arm that way. Some lines coming across his wrist, just to show that it's kind of bending. Like so. Lines down that way. Up. Diagonal. 4 lines on his clothing, just there. Bit more detail on this box there. Lots of detail in this drawing. And it's probably a hell of a long tutorial. But I hope it helps you out, person who requested this. And scale is the issue, keeping everything in the right size and all that kind of stuff. He's got like something hanging off his waist here. We'll draw that in. So coming off here and then goes down the back and then goes back that way. So put some circles on top. shadow here. Extra line coming down the bag. Shadow at the back. Hatching. Oop, across. Okay. Okay. Is that it? Is that finally it? The longest drawing tutorial in history. I hope it was helpful anyway. I know I'm not sure if you want me to say your name, but I will just say patron. Hope it helped you out. That's not easy. Take your time with it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.